My father, was my idol right from when I was a child. He's basically a completely self-made man who came to Bombay from Goa at the age of 21, began his business, the jewelry business, in 1948, and has pretty much run it in a successful manner for more than 50 years. He was the first one to get up in the family and go for a run. He would run from his home, like at Gamdevi, where we have a shop, and then he would run straight up to Nariman Point and back on a daily basis, every day of his life, till about maybe 10 years ago. So, and I could never do that. There's no way I could do that. Like a few years ago, my mother fell sick, and she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It took us a long time to get adjusted to that, but my dad was the sole caregiver during that time. He just refused, any of us to help him take care of my mom, until of course it was not possible for her. So that's how we got the our first exposure to dementia.
Basically, we started realizing that he was forgetting, and he'd put his keys somewhere, not know where it is, and search all over the place and repeat the same places. Then he'd not find his jewelry in the shop. Then he would, then there were times that he would go down, and usually he would take a taxi and go off on his own if he was in a hurry. But now it came to a stage where he had to wait for his brother, and he would be really angry if the brother delayed. After some time, he started talking to my mother-in-law's photograph, which he actually felt she was in front of him, and he kept on talking to her, and he would spend hours just doing that.
One day he just decided to go and meet a client, and we found him missing in the house. And everybody started looking for him. He didn't have a phone. He didn't tell any of us where he had to go. That was one other thing. He used to hate anybody asking him where he was going, because he felt that if somebody asked him and if he had to tell, then that work wouldn't be done. So, there was no intention of him telling anybody where he was going or whatever. He just got down and took a cab and went off. That's what we heard. And we searched everywhere for about a couple of hours, and no sign of him. And then suddenly we saw this taxi come back into the house, into the building, and there he was, in the car. And he said he had gone to meet a client in Mahim, and he didn't have any money to pay the cab, so he brought him back. That was the most frightening 2 or 3 hours of our lives.
After that incident, we kept a 24-hour help for him, and also we started going around with him wherever he wanted to go. We'd actually have to really spend time, because he'd want to go places that he knew of, so we had to really spend time and see that we accompanied him. Otherwise, he didn't know where he was going. I then met an old classmate of mine, and she told me that her father-in-law, in the same condition, she started taking him to this Dignity Foundation, and it was a really good system. They'd come and fetch him and take him back, and he started enjoying going. He really wanted to go. So I went and checked it out, and I came back and told my husband and my father-in-law's brother, because they were the main decision makers. Then I took him there. Papa, we just got him into the groove, and he started going there. And now he's really enjoying it, because enjoying it, though he can't explain it, but every morning he's ready on time. He waits, he has his breakfast, he goes down, the car comes to fetch him, and he's off. And then when he comes back again, he's had a full day, so he's like comfortably tired, and he just has his tea and whatever, and then relaxes. All that aggressiveness and irritation that he had has completely gone.
Mr. Saukar started coming to Dignity Foundation in November 2012, and in the initial days we found him that he was little aggressive and would want to go home, not wanting to stay in the center, and there were bouts of auditory hallucination as well, muttering to himself for C.
My dad was extremely aggressive a couple of years ago before we started Dignity Foundation. And because of his aggression, we had to put him on a lot of medications to calm him down, and then those medications then had their own side effects, which caused a lot of rigidity in the body, which then caused disturbance in his daily routine and his sleep routine. So when he started going to Dignity Foundation in the mornings, the good thing is that he thought he was going to work, because it was exactly at the same time that his normal routine of going to work. And a car would come, like his brother would come to pick him up, so we just tell him your car's coming down, so he goes down, and he goes extremely happily. And slowly we kind of reduced the medication because his aggression became less. Once his aggression became less, actually his medication is dropped by more than about 60 to 70%. So now he's on just the basic medicine, and he's so much better. All the rigidity is lost, his balance has improved, he doesn't fall anymore, he's more alert otherwise. So this has really changed his life and given him a good quality in the last year and a half or two that we've been going to Dignity Foundation, and I have to thank them for that.
Stand behind me so that your hand will go up. Okay, I'll pull it for you. Like this. Taking care of the dementia patient needs lot of love, care, and it is 24/7 job. So it is equally important to take care of yourself before taking care of the patients.
The first and most important thing that I have learned in this condition is not to question the patient, not to ask him questions as much as keep telling him. Tell him anything that he's familiar with. Don't try to prove him wrong. Don't hurt his ego, because he already, he's already within himself, he's already knows that he's forgetting things, etc. Don't question anything. Just go along with whatever he says, haan mein haan milao. Also, you will realize that you will not be able to do everything on your own. So it's always advisable to have a 24-hour help, or whatever, maybe a day help, etc., because it's absolutely necessary that the patient is monitored 24/7, which you will not be able to do if you have other work and things like that.
My dad was always there when we had to take a decision. He always played the major role in whatever decisions we took in life. So now, in the last 4-5 years, maybe a little more, when I had to take a decision, however small or big, I always felt the need to go and talk to him. So that is something I really miss, because whenever there was an issue, he would ask me all my details, everything. He'd sit and listen to me, and then probably the next day come and tell me, okay, I think you should do this.
In the Indian society, there are very few welfare schemes and activities done for senior citizens. Especially for dementia and Alzheimer's, there are very few daycare centers. So definitely more such dementia daycare centers would help people and even the families to take better care of the patient.